Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, where it's now Athena's turn to handle a trial. Simon came to the right agency, wanting literally anyone else, and got Athena. Good. So now, we didn't do any investigation, which is a little strange. I kind of like it though. I kind of like just jumping in. I mean, the trials are my favorite part, obviously. Alright. We're in the middle of our cross-examination. And how did Mr. Tornado appear when you said hello to him? I went with the intention of greeting him, but ultimately we didn't actually meet. You didn't see him, why not? Garu escorted me to the dressing room. We heard the sound of Rakugo being performed from within. Thinking the master was rehearsing, we decided to wait until the hall until he was done. You heard Rakugo being performed in the dressing room? Yes, not just me, but Giru as well. In other words, you can confirm that the victim was still alive at around 4 p.m. I don't know about that. Correct, I couldn't hear him clearly through the doors, but I'm sure it was Mr. Tornado. I could tell because it was the time soba routine being performed in there. So that means the victim was killed sometime after that. Okay. Please tell us in detail how Mr. Wet appeared at the time. Giro and I were waiting in the hallway for Mr. Tornado to finish practicing, when Bucky appeared and entered the dressing room with his things. What happened after that? We heard what sounded like Bucky shouting inside the room. About 10 minutes later, Bucky came back out of the dressing room looking rather irate. This is most likely when the murder was committed. The victim was an elderly man. It would have been entirely possible to kill him within the span of 10 minutes. Better come up with some kind of counter-argument and fast. And apparently then entered the room soon after. What do you mean by apparently? Didn't you see him go in? No, I couldn't. I wasn't able to see the dressing room door from where I was standing at the time. Giru was right in front of it, so I'm sure she saw it. Okay. I see. And why do you suppose Yuendo went to the dressing room anyway? He had just finished his routine, so he was making a courtesy call. The disciples to pay their master respect right before and after each performance. And all disciples are expected to do this. Yes, it's common courtesy among Rakugo artists. I see. Could you tell us what happened after Yuendo went into the dressing room? Certainly. And how did Yuendo act at the time? After Yuendo had been in the dressing room for 2 or 3 minutes, we heard a scream from inside the room and Yuendo came out, flying out. Did you hear any signs of a struggle at that time? No, just Yuendo's woeful scream. I see. Oh, wait, what? Well done, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your testimony has given us quite a glimpse into the sequence of events. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. And now, please allow me to summarize your testimony. Wait, what? I don't want you to do that. While Prosecutor Blackwell and Giru were in the hallway waiting for Mr. Tornado, the accused came along and entered the dressing room with some items in tow. He was heard shouting for a time inside the dressing room, and about 10 minutes later, he came back out of the room seeming rather angry. A short time after the accused had come and gone, Yuendo Tornado went into the room. A few minutes later, no one finds that weird. After having discovered the victim's body, Yuendo gave a scream, and he came running out into the hallway from within. Prosecutor Blackwell and Giru then ran into the room and saw the body for themselves. From the circumstance, it is quite clear that the accused murdered the victim. This is crucial testimony indeed. Defense. An eyewitness is giving conclusive test. Come on! Why not let it all go now and allow the victim his last rites? Not on your life. If Yuendo went into the dressing room too and was the first to discover the body, the news would say he didn't commit the crime. Yuendo was in the dressing room for a mere 2, perhaps 3 minutes. He could not have possibly committed the murder in that time, nor without making any noise. Simon, why did you have to give that awful testimony? Prosecutor Blackwell, can't you give me something a little better to work with here? Isn't it up to you to ask the right questions? I'm certainly willing to tell you all that I know. So if you truly are as capable as you claim, then draw out what you need yourself. This is no time for your twisted games, Prosecutor Blackwell. Just admit you don't remember it all that well. Prosecutor Blackwell, watching you collude with a defense like this, I see that you're no prosecutor. Begone, witness. You shall haunt this sacred hall no more. How dare you treat me like some evil spirit to be exorcised. Remember this, you blackguard. Wait, what? Don't worry, Prosecutor Blackwell. I've got this. I have no one to cross-examine. Would I have my way here, you would not be the only one to step down. You half-boiled putrid egg yolk. Ew, I object to the notion that I'm a gooey, smelly mess. Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony was like the lowly opening act of a Rakugo show. He may hold the title of prosecutor, but this time he stood on the side of the defense. Really? To restore balance to this trial, I would like to present an actual witness for the prosecution. And who is this witness? The person who was with Prosecutor Blackwell when the body was discovered. She is another entertainer of the Tornado School, Miss Gayu Tornado. Please say your name and occupation, witness. Hello, everyone. I'm here to represent the Tornado School with a twist. And balloon, there you have it, a stunning balloon hat. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Giru Tornado. Just call me Giru, sweetie. 1, 2, balloon. What a way to capture your audience's attention. Focus, Judge, focus. I dare say I can't take my eyes off those balloons. Please tell me you're talking about the hat, Your Honor. Oh, Mr. Judgy, I'm so glad you liked my performance. Would you consider joining my fan club? Pretty please. Oh, absolutely. Please save your fanboying for after the trial, Your Honor. Anyway, Giru, I can't help but notice you seem awfully cheerful for having lost your master. Of course I'm sad, but Shisha would scold me if I didn't put on a big smile. Never show sadness. Smile, smile, smile with a twisty twist twist. Oh boy. And Balloon, there you have it. One gorgeous cake. I see. I guess an entertainer's gotta do what an entertainer's gotta do. Balloon art's worse than a Rorschach test. All I saw were severed monster heads. Gary, you're obviously a balloon artist, so how did you come to be a member of Rakugo School? Well, my late father that is, was a Rakugo artist, you see, so I joined the Tornado School to be just like my daddy someday. I see. My father and I owe so much to Shisho, our master, but that Bucky wet. Ooh, how could he? I want to see him pay for what he's done as quickly as possible. Your distress is entirely understandable, and my condolences for your loss. And not only that, but you have more to say about Mr. Wet? Every time he comes to deliver soba to us, he yells at me. He always tells me to get away. Is there any reason why he would say such a thing to you? He says the smell of my perfume will get into his soba and ruin it. Like, how can he say that? This is a great scent. Wait. No, very rude of him. I don't blame you for being upset. Judge! Excuse me, Your Honor, but please don't let Giru's balloons bias your judgment. Mr. White hasn't been proven guilty yet, remember? It'll be interesting to see how long that fire of yours will last, defense. Now then, Giru, please share the truth with the court. Yes, Giru, your testimony, please. Oh, boy. Before the murder was discovered. From 4 p.m. to a little after 4:20 p.m., when Shinsho's body was found, Simon and I were standing in the hallway in front of the dressing room. Before Yuendo discovered the body, the only person who had gone in there was Bucky. Come to think of it, a little while before Bucky showed up, Jugumu was barking like mad. Wait, who, what, huh? Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have any objections to this witness's testimony? No. Make up your bloody mind, sad monk Sudmati. First you exorcised me, now this. You need only do as you were instructed by this humble servant of the Holy Mother. As there are no objections, Your Honor, let us move on to the salvation of the victim's soul. Hey, I'm the defense attorney here, Prosecutor Sadmati, and I just might have an objection or two once I actually cross-examine the witness. So what are you asking Prosecutor Blackwell for? I'm the one you should be checking with. There's a passage in the sacred scripture of Koreanism. To stir the wind is beyond the power of a spring chick. In other words, the inexperienced are useless. With that in mind, it seemed more judicious to consult Prosecutor Blackwell. He doesn't even see you as an adversary, Sextono. Well, I won't let either one of you insult me. I'll show you I'm no inexperienced spring chick. Your Honor, I'm ready to cross-examine the witness. I hope you can make Prosecutor Sadmati see you as a worthy adversary, Miss Sykes. I'll allow your cross-examination, so you'd better strike while the iron is hot. Wait, but I'm supposed to get a... Alright, whatever. Before the murder was discovered. So the murder must have happened sometime in those 20 minutes, correct? But 20 minutes isn't a lot of time, is it? I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's what happened, you know? Isn't that right, Simon? Yes, Giru and I can both confirm that Master Tornado still lived at around 4 p.m. Oh yeah, you can, can't you? See? Oh, thought there was gonna be more to that. The fact that the two of you were there in front of the dressing room means you were able to see everyone who went in and out, right? Of course! Or are you insinuating that I was daydreaming or sleeping while standing up or something? No, of course not. I saw everything, I tell you. Fine. So you say anyway. But did you really? No, I find that suspicious. Wait, I think that's wrong. Only the defendant and Yuendo entered around the time of the murder? That's right. That's why it must have been Bucky who killed poor Shishu. Let's take a deep breath, okay, Giru? So not a single other person set foot into the dressing room during that time. I already told you over and over, didn't I? There's nobody else. I must apologize on the lawyer's behalf. Even her memory is that of a spring chick's. Please overlook her transgression as best you can. Oh, I see. Poor thing. Hang in there, sweetie. Hey, what are you calling a bird brain, buddy? A little while before Bucky showed up. What does I have to do? Yugumu? That's my doggy. I keep him at the theater. Let's see. With a twisty twist twist. Oh dear. And Blue, and there you have it. My cute little Jugumu. He's kind of creepy looking. Oh, but he's a really, really good boy. And why was Jugamu barking? You think it's because he saw someone suspicious? If so, then we have a new suspect in this case. Now, why was he barking again? Oh, I remember, because it was time for me to feed him. So I went into his yard and gave him some food. Couldn't somebody have slipped into the dressing room while you were doing that? No, the door out into the yard was wide open. I would have seen if anybody went into the dressing room. Prosecutor Blackwell, come down to the stand for a sec, please. How many times must I do this? You saw what Gira was talking about, right? So why didn't you mention it before? Can't be expected to remember every minute detail. Well, remember them now, please. Did Gira go out into the yard? Yes, I remember now that she went to feed Jugamu. I saw her looking towards the dressing room quite frequently as well. You recall anything else? Looked as though she were feeding the dog a great quantity of dumplings or something. Jugamu couldn't finish them all, so he buried the rest in a corner of the yard. That's about all I can remember. Oh, okay. Updated in the court record. Okay. Looks like Gira was telling the truth. Your Honor, I'd like Gira's last statement added to her testimony. As you wish, defense. Okay, so what was the last one? I was in the yard, but the door was wide open, so I could keep watch on the dressing room. I feel like that's not true. No, depending on where you were in the yard, not necessarily.
Objection!
Yeah, okay. So you were able to keep an eye on the dressing room while you were out in the yard. Is that correct? That's right. The door out into the yard was wide open. Sorry, but that makes zero sense. Take a look at this diagram of the backstage area. There's a clear contradiction between this diagram and the witness's testimony. No, I'm afraid I don't understand, Miss Sykes. Please point out what contradicts the witness's testimony. It's like somewhere in here. Because we saw, I wish you could see that picture again. Because there's nowhere she could be feeding him that she could see the door. I don't know. Like, difficult ideas make my head hurt, but it's easy to see your head must be as light and empty as this balloon. I'm afraid I don't see anything contradictory about that spot either. A heavy penalty for lightweight thinking. What? I promise to point out the contradiction this time, Your Honor. Very well, now then. What contradicts the witness? It's like, it's something in here. It's... Is it here? Like, I just don't know. I wish there was like a grid. Because I just don't know. I know it's that she couldn't see, but what place does it want me to point to? I don't want to just like sit here and blow through all these. This is a really, really silly way to have to communicate this. Like, a question would have been so much better. Like a multiple choice question. But the door was wide open so I could keep watch on the dressing room. That doesn't... She couldn't feed him at the same time she was watching the door. This is gonna drive me crazy. Okay. So he buried the rest in the corner of the yard. I was in the yard, but the door was wide open so I could keep watch on the dressing room. You can't be in the yard and be in dress and look at the dressing room at the same time. Literally anywhere in the yard should have worked. The thing is, because I was here, like, I don't know what that counted as. Is it the door? I just don't know what it wants. Again, this should have been multiple choice. There we go. Okay. Gira was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw... Because to me, picking the yard should have worked as well because you can't be in the yard and look at the door. Gira was in the yard near the doghouse. Prosecutor Blackwell even saw her there. And while she was out there, the door to the yard had been left open. I see. Yes, the door to the yard was wide open, as Giru said. It would have blocked your view, making it impossible for her to see the dressing room. What? No way! But even if there were, admittedly, a few moments Giru was not keeping watch. How much would that really affect this case? A lot, because you couldn't be sure. It would greatly affect this case. From the spot Prosecutor Blackwell stood, he couldn't see the dressing room door either. Anyone could have entered the dressing room during that time without being seen. Eek. Bang, bang. Gira, why did she try to hide the fact that you weren't watching the dressing room? What? What? Hide the fact? You speak as though you think she had something to do with the murder. Rather than deliberate deception, it was more likely a simple... Why do you get to decide that? Right, witness? Well, I was so shocked by what happened, I was just confused, that's all. Even though she's trying to keep up a brave front as an entertainer, the truth is that she is being torn apart by grief. For her mind to be in turmoil is hardly unexpected. Yes, it must be very difficult indeed. To disciple one's master is akin to a real parent. Surely her shock is immense. But this lawyer tries to pin the blame on this poor soul at the first opportunity. What? Come on. He's so dramatic. All I can say is defense attorneys are heartless creatures. Indeed. Not helping the whole drama thing you have going on here. But that wasn't what I was trying to do. Is it beyond your comprehension, defense? Your unskilled argument is scarring this witness even further. What? You are so ridiculous. And if we ask the people of this courtroom, I'm sure they would agree. What? Why do they get a say? What? The gallery... The gallery doesn't get a say in this. Are you afraid to find out that they think ill of you? Or that perhaps you are in the wrong? No, it's that they literally don't count. Listen to them now with that keen sense of hearing you are so proud of. He's right, that was harsh. She didn't have to go that far. I feel kind of sorry for the witness. Why is the lawyer outfit so yellow? No, I was just trying to find the truth. Why is the whole gallery siding with Prosecutor Sudbody? The people understand. They know what is right and what is wrong. That lawyer's still in training, isn't she? Why is she all by herself? Oh, the voices of the gallery. I can hear the voices of their hearts. It's so intense. I feel so alone up here fighting by myself. Are you afraid, child? It is ludicrous to come to trial with such paltry preparation of the soul. I command you to leave this courtroom at once. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to beat you down in the next episode. Ooh, alright, I feel like we've got something though. Because it seemed like there were clearly two perpetrators to this, so... I feel like it's this Uendo person and who we haven't seen yet, Angiru. Those are my two suspicions, but we will see. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.